topics, weird news, shock talk radio, cavecrewradio.com.
Welcome to the Cave Crew Radio pre-show. We are about to go live on cavecrewradio.com, YouTube and Facebook. Please share the show and remember to like, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. And please leave us your comments too. Get ready. It's going to be another big show with all the latest hot topics, pop culture and weird news. Ladies and gentlemen, and I use that term loosely, here are your hosts, DK and the Big B.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK, and you are listening and watching the Cave Crew Radio pre-show. I was just about getting ready to embark on it solo, practicing what I was going to say, but I do believe Big B is in the studio now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you must have been running some red lights.
I ran one red light for sure.
Oh, geez.
I have more of an adventure that I will talk to you about on my epicenter, because I had an epicenter coming in, but it has now changed.
Oh, we love it when the and don't forget, you know, he's double on those epicenters.
I could, but I think
unless you want to tell us the first epicenter on the pre-show.
Well, I could, because I was gonna say the first epicenter was all things spring garden preparation.
Oh, well, that's good.
Because I've been in, discussions with my wife about what we're going to do with the front. Up in the front, we don't have grass. We have just a small piece of land to put stuff in. So we got some plants and bushes and stuff in the back. And in the front, we basically just have mulch. Because I don't want to, grass is just a pain in the ass to take care of on that small patch. So it's just mulch. But this year, my wife is talking about she wants to get some red pea gravel to put down, and maybe some of those stepping stones type things. So we've been discussing that, and what
maybe
kind
some
of wildlife.
Maybe some hostas.
Maybe we're still in discussions, but this has been going on all week. So that was going to be my original epicenter. But that has changed.
And as you know, I'm getting right into it myself. I'm going to a lot of background noise. And someone's running to the pharmacy over at Scotty's. He must have company. This will be good when we bring him in later.
Well,
anyways,
if you hear pounding, by the way, or knocking, that could be my son is upstairs. My wife got him some like those. You get those like concrete type eggs where you bang them and they open up and you can get fossils.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Jake as well.
He's doing that now. So if you hear banging, that's what's going on.
I don't. You have similar to me a microphone that doesn't pick up 20 miles radius.
Yes, true.
A snowball or whatever the heck it is. Anyway, back to the gardening. Yeah, like it's going to be like 80 degrees the next couple days. I'm going to break the smoker out, I believe, this weekend, do some 3-2-1 ribs.
Nice.
And I don't know what else. And there's lots of cleanup and prep. The plants are getting ready. It's not time yet to put them in. May 2-4 is our kind of our go time here.
Yeah, okay. So you got a little time to prep. Like about a month.
But I got some cleaning up. The gazebo, the roof blew off and went to shreds, and I got to replace that. And I got some work on the deck, and you got to get, clean up in the garden before you can plant. And it's going to be excellent. It's going to be, so we're very close now. We're
nice.
Very, very close.
I know. Well, I know you got the new smoker that you have to break out that you got for Christmas. My smoker is always up and ready to go. And last weekend, we did kind of a quasi for Easter. We did quasi Thanksgiving dinner. I smoked a turkey, and we had some mashed potatoes and some noodles and green beans. It was very, very good.
Oh, sounds phenomenal. Sounds phenomenal. And you actually had two meals because you got the ham the day before.
Right. We had the ham. The day before was rainy and crappy, so that we didn't smoke it. We kind of, did it inside. We got one of those multi-purpose oven things where it's an air fryer and you can bake and you can roast and you can do all the shit in it. So we got one of those. We put the ham in there and it came out great. So yeah. And then was it Monday? I guess it was. We just had leftover. Like Monday for dinner, we had leftovers of both the ham and the turkey.
Sometimes that's the best. I have one of those all-in-one ovens too, and they're fantastic.
Oh yeah, this is great. I don't think we've actually used, between going out and using the smoker and then this all-in-one oven, plus we got the microwave. I don't think we've used the actual oven, like the appliance of the oven, in God knows how long.
Yeah, I can't wait to get the smoker going. I've been reading on it, seeing if I got to prime it or not. And,
olive oil. Use olive oil all over it.
We're ready to go. I'm so ready to go. I want to get into this for you before we go live because we got a busy show. Mm-hmm. So you were asking, as you know, I did go to my first ever Toronto Maple Leaf game at Scotiabank Arena last weekend, last Sunday against the Islanders. And I have another game next Friday against the Boston Bruins, last game of the season. But here's how it was. So, first of all, whatever, ladies and gentlemen, is your favorite thing, whether it's a band or a sports team or you're walking, if you were Jason Scott, it could be a museum filled with Blue Mountain pottery,
right?
Or Domino's Pizza. First I could see the arena from the hotel, and I'm getting excited and I'm getting loud and and everyone's, calm down, don't embarrass us. I got my Leafs jersey on and my Leaf hat and I'm ready to go. And as I start to walk up to go to the game, we go to our gate to where we're going to go in, and all as I see is blue. Now, remember, I've only seen this team in like Detroit and other places where they're the visiting team.
Right.
And at most, it's 50% Leaf fans. But the stuff that goes on in the arena is all Red Wing stuff, like
right, of course,
red lights, everything. So I got my chair, and everyone says to me, are you okay? Or are you feeling sick? Why are you so quiet? And I just looked up and I went, this is fucking beautiful.
You were like a child on Christmas Day.
I don't know how to explain it to you. It was like it was Easter. For those of you that may be religious, I felt like I had risen and gone to heaven. I was in awe. The game itself did not matter to me.
Did they win or lose? I don't know.
They won. They won.
Okay.
It was a great game, but I can't wait because against Boston, it's going to be a huge rivalry. And
well, let's hope they bounce back after the drubbing they got yesterday.
They got killed. They played
8-1.
But we need A, Soup and Net, and B, Austin Matthews back.
Yeah, what's good? He's like hurt every other game.
Yeah. Well, no, he's played since the beginning of the year. But anyway, neither here nor there. Let's start the show. We got a big show, ladies and gentlemen. The return of Mike Jolitz. Scotty and Cher will be joining us as well. I was kind of a guest on a very famous show last week, and I have some of that. We've got all our news, and we've got Big B's Epicenter, which was changed on the fly. So you're not going to want to miss this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me turn on the radio, and we'll get this baby started. Here we go.
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
The show is about to start.
We have liftoff.
In 3, 2, 1. Cave Crew Radio 2022. The tradition lives on.
This is radio. Cave Crew Radio.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Weak, compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of The Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gonna go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clayman, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. It's a power one goal.
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is Cave Crew Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Everybody will be happy that the chat room is quickly filling up. We are live on cavecrewradio.com. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Power FM, Twitter, and TalkShoe.com. So for those of you that we can't see, Heidi Who. And we are also, of course, available wherever great podcasts can be found. In case you missed part of it or some of it, or you want to listen to 320 other shows that we've done, they're all available on podcasts. Big show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some great stuff coming up for you. The return of Mike Jolitz, reading the news as well as our news and our stories. But let me start bringing people in the show here, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to preface this by saying I've just been exasperated lately. The list is too long. I stumble over my words. I just can't do it anymore. When I'm introducing this man, he seems to have accomplished everything. So I had to go out and get some help. So here you go.
And now, he is the Duke of Urine Stench, as knighted by the Queen, the self-proclaimed President of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Sir Big B.
That is quite the intro. I like that a lot.
I just couldn't do it anymore.
I
stumble over my words.
That is quite flattering, I must say, to have my own intro. It's quite nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am Sir Big B, your president-elect.
Oh, the shirt,
of the United States of America. And as always, the epicenter of something. And as we mentioned on the pre-show, my epicenter has changed. I was originally the epicenter of all things spring garden planning, which we talked about on the pre-show. But just minutes before the show started, I had to go. My wife was at my son's school doing a preparation for an event tomorrow. I had to go pick her up at 7:30, cutting it close to jump in on the pre-show. I go in the backyard, and I am now the epicenter of all things garage door repair.
Oh, no. Was there a windstorm?
No. So I went to open the garage, and it went like that high and stuck. So I pulled it down. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking maybe something fell on the inside. You know, everybody has shit in the garage on the inside. So I think maybe so I'm trying to ram it up to try to, loosen whatever's there. I get it to a point where it's like, maybe like this. I run inside. I have to get my older son out here, crawl under the garage, into the small space that I have the door open. I give him my phone to shine a flashlight around, and he's looking around, and he finds one of the brackets for the door where the wheel goes in the track that snapped.
Oh,
so the wheel came out of the bracket, came out of the track. He's 15, so he doesn't have a whole hell of a lot of strength on him, and he's trying to do what he can. I managed to get the door open a little bit higher so I could get in. And I told him to go out, and I'm pulling on. I'm trying to get this thing moved any which way I can. I still have some grease on my hand. All this while I know I have to pick up my wife. I have to run and do the pre-show. I'm trying to get the fucking garage door open.
Wait a minute. So here's where we need clarification. You couldn't get the car out of the garage. It's not when you got home.
No, it's when I was trying to get out to go pick up my wife.
Mrs. B is waiting outside the school for her ride, and you cannot get the car out.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm now in the garage. My son's on the outside just in case the door closes, so I can try to tell him to lift it up. And I'm yanking on this thing. I'm trying to get this thing. Somehow I managed to wedge it just enough where it would clear, because where it was getting stuck was the bend in the track.
Right.
From the solid, it goes up and then it bends to the ceiling. So in the bend, it was getting stuck. I jammed it enough to where it would go past the bend, was able to get the car out, go pick up my wife, come back. And I'm still, I was able to lift the door back open once I got home. And I saw now the wheel is almost all the way out of the bracket. So now what I have to do is I got to yank the wheel out because it's still kind of locked in there with a screw.
Rivets, whatever's there.
Yeah, whatever it is. So I got to yank the wheel out, and the bracket that holds the two panels of the garage door snapped. So that's why the wheel is out. So I have to pull that bracket off. I have to go, hopefully Home Depot has these things where I can just get one bracket for a garage door and then put it back into the track. Otherwise, my car may be in the garage for quite some time.
Right. You might be taking Uber, which at least you don't have to wear a mask anymore in your Ubers.
I think here you do. I don't know.
Oh, really? I thought they released all that.
I don't. Oh, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, who knows? So that's I got it out. I came, picked up my wife, got my wife back here, was able to get my car back in the garage. I've closed the garage door now. I'll see what happens tomorrow morning.
Yeah, sleep on it.
Yeah, so, but I am going to be the epicenter of all things garage door repair this weekend.
It should be fun. Just make sure you fire up the smoker, get a brisket or a pork butt in there, and then you won't have to worry about dinner.
And just let it go, and then I'll work on the garage door.
Yeah. Just maybe have the wife put up a couple sides. Anyway, we don't have one for our next gentleman, so I got to leave it up to you. But he may be next. I was actually going to get one done, but I couldn't remember all the things you said because you compare Pittsburgh to Paris or something, and you've got to write it down for me.
I will write it.
It's all on you tonight.
I will write it down and send you my introduction for the person hailing from the Paris of Appalachia.
That's what.
The only two-time loser in the Believe It or What tournament, the horizontal wonder himself, Scotty and Chair.
Hello, guys. What's going on?
We're doing good. I have a question before you get started on anything about your week. What the hell was going on when you first logged on and I had to mute you? It sounded like you either had a girl over or...
Oh, I was talking to Angie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're still cordial. We're still good. She was talking about her day and the dogs and everything else. So first thing out of her mouth was, "Why did you feed the dogs?" And I fed the dogs because they were hungry. And so They usually feed them towards the end of the night because they both work during the day. So, but the dogs were giving me this. I want to eat something before I eat the yard.
So not only can you talk to furniture, you can communicate with dogs.
Well, when they give you that "I'm hungry" look, yeah, then you kind of go, okay, well, I guess I'll give you a little bit of food.
See, my dog gives me that hungry look anytime I walk by the fridge or something. It's just they'd eat until they explode. Now, for those of you that don't know the history, go back to that last week. We're not going to get into the whole thing again and beat it like a dead horse. Did you end up going for a nice dinner?
No, I came home after I fed the dogs, and I came home and ordered KFC.
But I'm talking about last week. You were invited over for dinner.
That was. I think that
It
was
last week.
It was last week. It was last Thursday. I called off, and we went to Eaton Park, and had a very odd. I kind of look at it as a very odd experience, I guess. At 10 o'clock at night, you're not expecting to go to a like a family restaurant, and then everybody and their grandmother decides to come and eat. So our server was seating people, serving food, and things like that. So he was kind of split into like 3 or 4 different ways of things, and he kept dropping food off at the table, and then he would walk away and take care of other people and stuff like that. So it was kind of a weird situation, but the food was good. The company was decent.
Excellent. Kind of like a reunion of sorts. Did you talk about video games and video game strategies with Chuck?
No. No, with Kevin, no. Every time I go over there, and if he's playing games, I just kind of watch and then just kind of tune him out for a little bit.
Are you friendly at all with him?
We're getting to the point where he's okay, but I'm still like, I'm not really enthused about it.
Now, how does he feel?
I don't know. Actually,
wait a minute. You got to let me finish this question.
Yeah, I was going to wait.
Last week, you kind of did the thing with the other shoe dropping. So I'm going to do kind of similar tonight. I'm going to put the shoe on the other foot. So instead of Chuck, we'll call him Kevin. That's fine.
Chuck, it doesn't really matter.
How does he feel when Angie is calling you all the time still? I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'd be a little bit upset if Isbia. I was the new guy with Isbia, and she was talking to me. If that makes any sense.
I keep getting you can come over anytime. You can come over for dinner. If you need to do laundry, you can come over and do laundry. I'm still getting if you want to come over, come over. If you get lonely or whatever, you can come over for whatever. So it kind of sounds like he's okay with the situation. She is kind of. I'm sorry, what?
No, I'm just welcoming Short Side back, and
hey, Short Side, good to see you.
If you miss one show, Short Side, you always miss something. You should know that. You need to go and download. No, I was going to say now, Angie to me seems like the Meghan Markle of Pittsburgh. She's like trying to keep 2 men in her life.
Yeah, I got this phone call. The phone call I got when we were on the pre-show, and I'm sorry that you guys heard some of that, was basically her venting about things that Kevin did and her friend and the dogs and all this stuff. And it was like a 10 or 15 minute conversation. It was a long conversation. And I noticed what time it was, and I said, you know what, I gotta go. And she's like, yeah, I'll let you go, and blah, blah, blah. And that was it.
All right.
But these conversations have been, they've been, 5 or 10 minutes long. They're longer than that, than we used to have. So, or, some of them were.
Would she ever come on this show?
What's that?
Would she ever come on this show? Discuss.
She despises me.
Oh, okay.
That's your answer.
All right. Well, so I guess not then. Okay.
I used to prank her at the get-go, and she still holds a grudge.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
She
she
even
doesn't
said
know
that.
me.
She said that tonight.
She doesn't know me, so it could be like you could kind of mask it and say that DK would be just being.
I don't want to even attempt it. I don't want to even see it. If something happens, she will kill me.
I'm not. That was Big B's idea, not mine.
I understand that, but if she gets a phone call and it's from the show at any point in time during whatever we're doing, I will take the brunt of it.
No, it wouldn't be. I'm not suggesting a random, just out of nowhere call. Like, behind the scenes, talk to her and arrange it.
Oh, no. She will cut you guys off at the knees.
Tell her I said to enjoy a bag of Doritos.
I will tell her that the next time I talk to her.
If she remembers.
Oh, my God.
If she remembers the call. Anyway, great to have everybody here tonight. We got some news ahead for you. We've got, I was a kind of a guest on a very popular show that I'm going to share with you in a little bit.
Can I stick in here for 1 second? Sorry. I was watching a wrestling show, and one of the tag teams came in with the theme song of Stranglehold.
Excellent. Which is the old Double Talk Radio theme. Yeah, Scotty, yeah, I think he took acid, and sometimes he goes into weird flashbacks. Are you muting yourself, Big B, or why is that happening?
Yeah, I'm muting my mic because I hear things loud in like upstairs. What's going on upstairs? I can't tell if it's coming across to you, so I'm just muting my mic.
So here's a little bit of fun, ladies and gentlemen, because I kind of run the control panel as well as co-hosting. And sometimes Be Live does weird things. So I'm watching down as Scotty's telling us the story, and Big B's mic keeps muting. So I kept unmuting it.
And I knew you were doing, like, I didn't want to interrupt the story, so I knew you were unmuting it, because as soon as I mute it, I see your arm move a little bit, and suddenly I'm unmuted again. I'm like, But what I'm hearing, like I said, is my son banging on those egg things to get his fossils out, and I'm hearing it loud and clear. I have no idea if it's coming across, so I'm muting my mic.
Shorts, I try a refresh because we seem to have a pretty strong signal here, and usually if it's lagging, we lag. But just try a refresh real quick. But anyway, so here's my question, because I want to know just how powerful I am. Were you muting the mic in Be Live? Or were you muting the mic physically and I was still able to unmute it?
No, I was muting it in Be Live.
Okay.
My little window in the bottom, like the in-stream window. Yeah, I mute my mic there.
I thought I was having some kind of power over the whole system.
No.
I felt like Lawnmower Man for a second there, folks.
No, you're not that powerful yet.
All right, where should we start? Should I go to my guest appearance before the news stories?
I was just going to say, how angry do you want me to get?
Yeah, I think this will get you ready.
Of course it will.
So, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a background. We have a friend who used to be on the same radio network as us, All Radio X.
It's not a friend. Don't say friend.
Yeah, Big B is not too fond of him. And
I loathe him.
He loathes him. I like to have a little bit of fun with him. So I noticed, I believe it must have been Sunday night or Monday night. I was back in town here, and there was a Easter special. So I went on said show, and I got a chance to ask a question. So hang on right now here. Hang on.
This is not a test. Test.
So we have Ken K. Lloyd in the house, and Ken has an amazing question, and this is a really good question. Ken says, Could you make egg salad from the painted eggs? Absolutely. Yes, you can make egg salad from the painted eggs. Just make sure that you remove 100% of the shell because we don't want to taste painted shell in your egg salad. But yes, you can make egg salad from the painted eggs. And on that same token, you could also make deviled eggs out of those painted eggs that you made. As a matter of fact, I have never ever tried painted egg, or I have never tried deviled eggs, and I'm not sure why. But I'm kind of weird when it comes to eggs for some reason. I have a hard time eating cold or room temperature eggs. For me, the eggs have to be hot and warm. So that's the only problem that I have with hard-boiled eggs and egg salad is that it's cold. But I'm going to have to try to work around that because hard-boiled eggs are good for you. So thank you, Ken, for that amazing question. So you can indeed make egg salad from the painted eggs. Happy Easter, Ken, by the way. So if anyone else has any cooking questions.
So there you go. I typed my question in and I got an answer.
Can I tell you how much I fucking hate you right now? Why is this an amazing question? Any other human being would say, yes, of course you can. You're an idiot. You're painting the outside of the shell of the egg. Of course you can eat the insides. But no, it's an amazing, great question. He goes on a 9-minute diatribe about fucking how he doesn't like fucking cold eggs. I don't give a shit.
So
fucking hate him.
So he was originally talking about painted eggs, and how he painted eggs for the first time in years, and he had such a good time, and went into like things that you can cook for Easter dinner, and there was only one other question, and I thought, I'm gonna try and get my question in. So that's the best thing I could come up with. Can you make egg salad from painted eggs?
And it's an amazing question, apparently.
It's fantastic. It's a great question.
It's a great, amazing question.
That was an awesome question.
And don't forget to, when you're going to make egg salad, make sure the entire shell is off. Well, no shit. Who would make egg salad with the shell on, retard?
Well, and here's the other thing, folks, kind of a public service announcement. Not just with painted eggs. Even if you just hard boil the eggs, it's a wise idea to remove 100% of the shell.
Unless you like crunchy egg salad.
True. And Short Size says his head looks like an egg. I had to put my question up there. If I could have gotten a picture without my question, he has no front teeth.
His brain is like fucking scrambled eggs.
Yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to let you know that I was having some fun.
I don't know if Scotty understands the hatred I have for him.
Who is it?
That's he is now the amazing Alex Cardinelli.
Oh my God! No, I don't know. I don't know him.
Fish keeper, and a wrestling fan. He's a very big wrestling fan.
Oh yay!
And he was either before or after Metal Thunder Radio.
He was before
on Monday nights or Tuesday nights, whatever it was.
He was before.
Yeah, Big B's metal show, filled with swearing and death metal, was prefaced by a man who collected guppies and goldfish.
And stupid Brody was very excited about this. It's gonna be great. He's gonna go on before you. It's a fish show. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's a guy about having a show about his fish tank. And we're coming on afterwards playing fucking metal, interviewing, these famous musicians. And we're prefaced by a fucking fish show.
Yeah.
That doesn't help at all.
Holy
we all love Brody, but he did kind of lose it towards the end there. He was struggling. He split the radio up between an Army network and talk network, and he had us all mismatched with like us in the horror show. Even though it was a horror show, they were funny. They were comedy.
That was the best.
It fit well.
It fit great, and I miss those guys.
And then after us was another weird show with two guys and a girl. Effie was her name, and Talk Fish Radio. There you Short Sigh is back.
Nice.
See, on my side, at one point he had a great lineup. We were on Monday nights, and right before my show was Violet. Violet did a music show, and it was like really along the same lines, not as extreme as my show, but it fit nicely. It flowed nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side of our show was a complete opposite, but it actually was pretty cool, was DJ Chris, who was doing all like, hip hop and trance and all this, weird, weird like dance music type stuff.
Yeah,
and,
it was a music night.
Yeah, it was a great music night. And what was funny was his fans would come in early and be on our show, and we would have a lot of fun, like slamming them, and they would make fun of us. And we had a lot. It was a good time, no matter the music, no matter the style of music. But then, of course, the fish show came.
I think that's when Violet left or something. Yeah.
That was, Violet had left.
Yeah.
So the slot before us was open, and the fish show came. And Brody thought it was the greatest thing ever. And I tried listening to this fucking asshole, and it was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. And he's gone on to make claims that he had 1 million listeners. He's posted that he is legendary in podcasting.
Legendary. That's it. Legendary Alex Cardinelli.
He is legendary in the podcast world. He is known worldwide. I fucking hate him.
He's had offers of people that want to buy his YouTube channel.
Yeah, come on. It has 17 views.
Yeah. And again, it was a great thing when it first started. We had like I think like almost a solid week. We were on Tuesdays and that midnight horror show. Still friends with Danny Trax, and there was a show on before them that was like it was a psychic, but it again, like you said, it all kind of melded together there. It was.
What Brody made.
Church was the one, or maybe he was
Thomas Churchill. He's the one that got me into All Radio X.
Yeah,
because he went to school with a friend of mine who I've known since the 90s playing in bands. Thomas Churchill originally approached him to do a show. He wasn't into it, but he told him about me because we were doing a show independently before All Radio X. So Thomas got in touch with me. He put me in touch with Brody, and that's how we wound up on All Radio X.
Right. And I remember I was the one setting you guys up. It was great fun.
Oh yeah, I remember that night because me and Ron, who our pal Scott he wasn't around, but me and Ron were doing the setup with you. And I remember like we would either mute the mics or just talk amongst ourselves like, dude, this guy's voice is fucking like, he's got a crazy radio voice. So we were very excited. And then, we got along like immediately, but we were very excited. Just listening to your voice, like, yo, this is going to be great.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And then it just kind of went to shit. So, Double Talk Radio ended up ending. Just everybody was going through changes in their lives and went in different directions. And we were in a shuffleboard of co-hosts at that point. Matt Vanderpool, everyone knows Matty, Violet, Chris. I mean, Scott was there.
Wasn't there Cookie or Cookie?
Recent Cookie J for a while filled in.
Yep.
And it just I just like I can't do it anymore. And then I said I'm done. I'm absolutely done. And then Big B said I'd be interested in doing a show. And hello, Mike, you're coming up very shortly if we stop reminiscing about the radio days. Mike Jolitz, ladies and gentlemen, and the news coming up in just a little while. We'll probably do a couple of our stories quickly first. Anyway, and I was ready to throw it in, and Big B says, let's do a show together. And we had it all planned out. It was going to be a sports show. And lasted sports for all of about 5 minutes, but
literally 5 minutes.
We survived the fall of All Radio X. We survived all kinds of shit. We've even gone on a hiatus a couple times, but we always get back into it, and we're still here.
That's right.
What was after All Radio X? Or was it before that?
Solo.
Yeah.
No, we were on another something.
No, All Radio X was the end. I was on Z Talk Radio.
That's what it was.
With Double Talk Radio. We were on Z Talk Radio. And then another one, I can't remember. And then All Radio X. And I was all excited about All Radio X. And then All Radio X went to shit. And Big B and I said, look, I'll buy this. And Big B bought the webpage. And we just kind of moved it in and put it into our webpage, and we've been going strong all by ourselves ever since. Affiliates here and there pick us up, but they seem to drop quicker than shows. These stations seem to go out of business faster than.
Well, I'll tell you, Brody had with All Radio X, of all the stations I've been on with, not only the talk show, but I've been on a number of metal stations. Of all the stations I've been on, All Radio X had the true potential to be something big in the podcast world.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Brody was setting up a very, very nice station. It had a wide range of variety. He was grouping things together where it made sense on, certain days of the night. It was this and that. It was really coming together, and he was getting a lot of people coming in. But then we all know what happened. Well, at least DK and I know that the original downfall of All Radio X was the military show, the veterans.
Yeah, and they what it was is they were spamming Midnight Horror Show's chat, and Midnight Horror Show quit. And I'm like, you're crazy. These guys are an anchor. They're as big or bigger than me. And like Big B was telling you with the music, our shows were good, but the strength was in the numbers.
Yep.
Their fans would carry on to my show. My fans would carry on to the next show. And same with what Big B had going on.
Yep.
It was great. And then if you had 5 fans from another show listening, you might have 2 that stay with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. And we were a good family, and we had All Radio X t-shirts, and it was going great. And then it just all went to fucking shit.
Yeah.
Out of greed.
As fast as it was going up, it dropped.
Yeah.
Almost twice as fast.
Because the military had a huge listenership. They were getting sponsors. They were getting, and he sacrificed the rest of his shows for that one show.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember that.
And by the way, they're still doing good. I mean, because I've followed them since All Radio X days on Facebook, and it's Vet. I think it's called Vet Radio Syndicate. So I mean, they're doing their thing, and they're doing great. And of course, they're veterans. They did everything they could for this country. So I appreciate it.
No, and
but they've left All Radio X and carried on and done their own thing.
Yeah, they're huge. And Roy, I don't know if you remember Roy Brewster.
Mm-hmm.
Was the co-host of the guy I thought was the idiot. The other host was the guy who antagonized everyone. But Roy Brewster was his original co-host. He's got a show that he now does with another partner.
Was that like Roy and Jimmy or something like that?
Ray and Jimmy is the new one.
Okay.
I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the real bully. Let's call him a bully.
It's interesting how what brought us to this point that we're at now. In our various radio lives, coming into where we are sitting right now.
And I'm sorry, folks, but you got to go back and listen to the whole 325 episodes if you want to follow it, because it kind of goes together. And then even on this show, we had Choo Choo Stew, and then Choo Choo Stew, life got busy. The guy's 8 hours ahead and bringing Scotty, and it's been a journey for us as well, but we're sticking to it. But there's no one really to combust this situation unless ourselves.
Right.
Mike Jolitz with us now, who's a very long time popular podcaster. So anyway, what do you want to do? You're the guy reading. You want to go to Mike now? Do you want to?
No, let's do a couple of stories here, and then we'll break and go to Mike Jolitz. It'll give me a break from reading.
Okay.
And I can get another, because I do need another beer desperately. So let me do a couple of stories. Let me pull them up. Give me a minute.
Yes, we got to evolve, short side. We were able to do that. So while he pulls up his stories.
Now it's time for the news with our senior correspondent, the Big B.
Yes, it is time for the news, ladies and gentlemen. And I think we've got some good stuff for you tonight. I hope I have my order here. I believe this is the first one.
Is that, yeah. Oh, look at you. Like all different things. Look at that.
That's better.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, he's getting fancy.
He is getting very fancy with it.
Pressing buttons, Control-Alt. As long as I don't hit delete, we're okay.
Look at that. He's unmuting me. He's got 9 windows up.
That was hilarious.
He is very, very fancy. The first story of the night comes from Pennsylvania, from Fox 43. The headline reads, "After School Satan Club could potentially come to a York County elementary school." They already took God out of schools, and now they're going to let Satan in. It's just crazy, said Jennifer McAllister, a Perry County resident. Parents across central Pennsylvania are expressing their outrage over the after-school Satan Club. Anything that has to deal with worshiping Satan is bad news, said Michael Tinchell, operations manager at New Hope Ministries.
Oh.
Well, gee, surprised that a ministry is opposing the school of Satan.
It's a showdown.
The After School Satan Club is a program offered by the Satanic Temple. There are currently 4 of these programs operating in the country, including in Ohio and Indiana. Pennsylvania could be their next landing spot at the Northern Elementary School. We believe that Satan is a great metaphor for rebellion against tyranny and is the embodiment of all the values we espouse. Lucian Greaves, co-founder of the Satanic Temple, explained. Something tells me Lucian Greaves is not his real name.
But can you just tell me again, a metaphor of what?
A metaphor for rebellion against tyranny. Something tells me a show note has just been written, because that is too long for a name.
Yeah.
According to Satanic Temple co-founder Lucian Greaves, again, I'm sure not a real name, a couple of parents in the Northern York School District asked him to start the program.
So the parents are the ones that must be liberals, absolutely liberals.
Can you imagine being their neighbors?
Yeah.
I can't wait to get the Satan Temple involved in our school.
I bet you their favorite holiday is Halloween.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. Okay.
He says it's designed for kids aged 5 to 14 with a mission to promote self-directed education by supporting the intellectual and creative interests of the students. The curriculum focuses on the scientific way of thinking to reach solutions, like I said, as a non-theistic religion. We don't advocate for supernatural ways of view. Now, I can't disagree with that.
Well, but I can, because I would think Satanism is like sorcery, black magic. I think it's like the forbidden door. I think they're kind of bullshitting. I got nothing against science and free thinking. I just don't know that Satan is your best guy in charge. That's like getting Hitler to lead the peace talks. You know, it's just not going to fly.
Well, Lucian Greaves clarifies things. While Greaves says this isn't an organization that worships Satan or promotes any sort of religion, one mother says that it isn't an excuse for a program like this. So what they're saying is they don't actually worship Satan and they don't promote religion. What they're doing is basically, instead of, like, I went to Catholic school in my life. So when you're very young, they put fear of God into you.
Right.
You're going to go to hell if you commit a sin and all of this crap.
Right.
What they're promoting is a scientific way of looking at it, which is the way I think now.
And shouldn't it not be the Darwin Club?
I guess, but they get more attention as the Satanic Temple.
Right, so they're going more for the shock value.
I'm sure it's not purely just to educate kids in scientific ways. They want they want headlines, they want money, they want popularity.
Right, and then they all hold themselves up in a fucking warehouse in Waco, and look, eventually they're going to have the kids unlocking the 19 Enochian keys, and then the fucking 7 seals are going to be broken, and fucking Satan's going to appear, and then we got a real battle on our hands.
The ninth gate comes to life.
Yeah, you think Putin's a problem? We got old Lucifer coming to join us now because of some fucking Democratic after-school parents that want to cancel everything. They want to ruin everything. They want everything to be accepted. Everything. You can marry a tree. You can turn into a man into a woman. The moon is made of cheese. Let's start a Satan club. That'll really get the Republicans up in arms. And what are we going to do when the fucking clouds open and the fucking devil himself appears and we're all fucking swimming through molten lava, and the only one we got to save us is little Nicky?
Well, Lucian Greaves will be on the sidelines with his arms folded, laughing hysterically at everybody. It says, once they open the doors, if it gets approved, even though it's not in my school district, now you're opening the doors for all school districts to allow this.
Right.
On Tuesday, the Northern York County School District Board will vote on the approval of this program. An agenda item Graves says the board doesn't have control of. If they deny us the use of a public facility, which they have no right to do, it'll have to move into litigation, costly litigation that the community is going to have to pay for. Graves believes the board's vote on the matter is unconstitutional, citing a 2001 Supreme Court ruling that allowed religious groups to meet at public schools. Either way, there are plenty of people not on board.
And I'd love to hear the result of this, of whether or not it goes through or not. So through all the things here's my point on this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
All the things they're changing because it's making a better world, right? A global warming, even though it's snowing at the end of April. Like all the changes I referred to earlier. We're allowing the evil one who walks behind the rows of corn to finagle his way into the minds of our youth.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
you think these people are sane?
Nobody said they were sane.
Oh my God.
And this, of course, is what happens when any, let's just categorize it as a special interest group for sake of argument.
Right.
This is what happens when any of them try to get into areas of general public. It will be rejected. They will cite some obscure law that really doesn't pertain to them. They will go to court and they will lose badly, and you'll never hear from them again.
Right, but the odd one in today's modern world, this is very extreme, I admit, but in today's modern world, this is all this bullshit's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm not against gay marriage. I'm not here to take a stand, but that happens. And now we can mark our passports with an X. We don't have to identify. They're removing every single book. The statues are being torn down. History is being erased. This is just part of it.
Well, that's fucking thing. That's all part of the woke culture that, if you're following along in Florida, has taken a massive slap in the face by Ron DeSantis, the greatest governor in this country right now. He slapped Disney up and down, eliminating their tax exemption.
Well, what are they? The Vatican? I was reading about that. How does Disney have a tax exemption?
So most corporations get tax exemptions so they can come to an individual state and employ people of that state. So you'll get a corporate tax exemption, but the state, knowing that you have to pay payroll taxes and all this other stuff, they know they're going to get their money, and you're also going to employ a large number of citizens in that state. So Disney is no exception to that. They get a corporate tax exemption, just like companies here in New York get it, in California, anywhere across the country. You're going to get a corporate tax exemption.
Okay.
Which is why, by the way, that idiot fucking moron AOC stopped Amazon from coming in New York and employing 25,000 New Yorkers because they were going to get a tax exemption. So Disney in Florida has a corporate tax exemption. Now they have openly admitted that they are pushing this agenda on children, and that, first of all, you shouldn't push an agenda as a corporation. You should, open your arms to everybody because you want to make money. But to push a sexual agenda on children, especially, and you're targeting children, is outlandish, no matter what it is. You should not sexualize children in any way, shape, or form. So what Ron DeSantis said is, okay, this is what you want to do. You are now no longer tax exempt. You now have to pay corporate taxes.
It's not like they're going to get up and move.
Exactly. Everybody, all the liberals and the talking heads want them to move from Florida, but they are never going to get the land that they have in Florida for their theme park. They have.
Let's relocate in Michigan. We can be open for 4 months of the year.
Right.
Disneyland can fit into Disney World's parking lot.
Right. I think Disneyland in California.
Yeah.
Has like 500 acres, something to that effect. I think Disney World in Florida has 43 square miles of land.
They're huge.
They are monstrous. They are not going anywhere.
They literally have downtown Disney.
Right.
Yeah.
So what will ultimately happen is their CEO is going to be pushed out because, he's leading the charge of this. They are going to get new management. They are going to become utterly quiet and on the back channels work with DeSantis and the Florida state government to get their tax exemption back.
Yeah.
But that'll all be on the down low.
Who's the guy that just bought Twitter? Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Maybe
my man.
Disney. All right. That was a good one. So from Satan, we go to another story, which brings a little magic in right here. Big B.
A short side says they will blame heavy metal. Yes, that's the old go-to to blame heavy metal.
Facebook user says fuck Disney.
I think that's Mike Jolitz.
Is it okay? It's okay.
Mike Jolitz says fuck Disney.
It's
fuck
okay
Disney, and they're going to blame heavy metal. That's it.
Yeah.
They'll go to blame Judas Priest and Ozzy Osbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Our next story, speaking of Satan, comes from Minnesota, from Fox 9, KMSP. Headline reads, man assaulted Bloomington hotel employee with wizard wand.
See how fast the fire spreads?
A 29-year-old Woodbury man is charged with assault, accused of pointing a wizard wand at a hotel employee while using racist slurs in Bloomington on Friday. Can you imagine walking into a hotel and pointing a wizard wand?
Right, you elven dwarf, I cast on you.
Much like Lucian Greaves, I don't think this next name is real. Skylar Euros Dupree Thomas. I don't think that's a real name. Skylar Eros Dupree Thomas.
Love it.
Is charged with 5th-degree assault and trespassing in connection to the April 15th incident at the Hyatt Place Hotel.
Short Side, by the way, says that's close to where his wife lives.
Ooh.
I wonder if that's the hotel where Short Side's going to stay at when he visits America.
Ooh. Well, he says he's gonna let her know tomorrow. So we need follow-up with this.
Yes, bring sage. Bring sage with you.
Thomas, who had previously been trespassed from the hotel in November 2021, used a 16-inch wand he made out of a stick during the incident, which prompted the hotel employee to pull. This may be a bit extreme. The hotel employee pulled out a gun.
Hey, listen, if I'm up against, like, Doctor Strange or something, and he's doing all these weird things with his hand, and so if I had a gun, that's probably I wouldn't go for a spoon.
Well, he had a stick with him. It's
a magic wand. His name is, what's his name? Ufus?
Skylar Eros Dupree Thomas. He had a magic wand with him.
Him and Lucian are in on this together, mark my word. There's 7 seals, ladies and gentlemen, and we've uncovered 2 tonight.
The employee pulled out a gun in an effort to defend himself. No injuries were reported.
From a wand.
From a wand, from a magic wand, from a wizard wand made out of a
wizard
stick.
Wand.
He pulled a gun.
Now, do you realize, even last week we had that other story about the fight in Florida. These people are very bad aim with their guns. No one ever gets shot.
Well, it doesn't say that the hotel employee pulled the trigger.
Oh,
he just pulled the gun.
He said, "Stop, freeze."
Now, was this employee a security guard, or was this an employee that just happened to have a gun on him?
I believe it was probably the employee behind the desk, and I guess maybe they have a gun underneath.
So they open carry in Minnesota. Are you getting all this, Short Side? Don't ask for another pillow or anything, because you might get fucking shot in Minnesota.
According to the criminal complaint, Bloomington police responded to a report of a person with a weapon at the Hyatt Place Hotel, 7800 International Drive. Again, Short Side, that address is 7800 International Drive at 12:12 a.m. on April 15th.
Yeah, and if you're looking it up, Short Side, please tell us the reviews.
Yes, we need to know the Yelp reviews for the Hyatt.
I want to know if they have a 5-star or not.
Thomas,
cool, but the employees tend to pull guns on you.
Don't ask for turn down service.
All I wanted was my continental breakfast, and I got a fucking 9mm pointed at me.
Sorry, all I said is, do you have any salt shakers?
Can I get a refill of coffee? They wanted to shoot me.
Yeah, I didn't accuse you of being a fucking Quaker. I just wanted a little bit of salt with my eggs.
Hold while I write things down.
Holy shit, we've got some weird, violent people tonight. I'm telling you. Poor guy had a magic wand, like Big B says. Like, if you go to Universal Studios, they got magic wands. You go touch them on different. Nobody freaks out. Nobody pulls out guns.
Thomas admitted to having a wand, quote unquote, wand on him Police knew from previous calls Thomas was referencing a stick he'd fashioned into what looks like a wizard's wand. The wand is about 16 inches long and has a hard, pointed metal part at the end.
Oh.
It has a knife-like appearance, the complaint said.
Ooh, okay.
The hotel employee who had called the police said Thomas walked into the hotel and extended his hand into a bowl of room keys. The employee recognized Thomas because he had been issued a trespass notice on November 22nd, 2021, which, by the way, is my birthday.
Oh, geez. See, all this is coming into parody.
Right. Which was valid through November 22nd, 2022, which will be my birthday, which prohibited him from entering the hotel at the hotel's parking lot. The worker asked Thomas to leave, but Thomas argued with him and called him racial slurs. The worker told Thomas he had been trespassed and asked him several more times to leave the hotel. The worker then walked about 6 feet behind Thomas as Thomas exited the hotel, but that's when Thomas pulled out the wand, at which the hotel employee thought it was a 12-inch knife and stepped toward the worker. The worker said Thomas came within approximately 3 to 4 feet of him, so the worker said he pulled out a handgun and had pointed it to Thomas. All right, now this thing's on a whole different thing.
This is
so
like
we originally said I was thinking
Corral.
So I was thinking it was under the counter, like he was behind the counter and it was under the counter. No, he's at the door in the parking lot. He pulls it out like he's fucking, Clint Eastwood out of his fucking holster.
He's got a fucking holster, exactly. He's like the new jogger. He pulled it right out of his ass.
Oh my God.
What can you explain to me or elaborate on, if you are able to, what the fuck is a bowl full of room keys?
Well, I'm assuming. Well, as you know, in hotels they have room keys somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I guess in this hotel there's a bowl sitting on the counter.
So
various room keys.
Close your eyes and choose your room. If you guess how many room keys there is, you get your stay for free, and we won't shoot you.
We need short side. We need short side to report back on this.
Absolutely.
He said, short side says breakfast for bullets.
I've never seen yeah, that was a good one. I never saw a bowl full of room keys.
Neither have I, but
guess what?
I guess they do this in Minnesota, and the employee, the worker has a permit to carry, so he's got to carry conceal, I guess. So I guess he was legally carrying his gun. Thomas, while this was going on, Thomas then turned around, kicked over a garbage can, and started walking away. The worker called 911 and followed Thomas, who turned around and pointed the wand at the victim again. The worker then kicked the defendant a couple of times, and Thomas fled.
So he had a gun, but he chose to use Taekwondo.
Yes.
Okay.
A witness told police the hotel employee politely, quote unquote, asked Thomas to leave the hotel while I'm sure pointing his fucking gun at him. And Thomas responded with racial slurs. Thomas then turned around, took a step toward the employee with a metal-looking knife or switchblade. The witness added Thomas appeared unfazed by the employee pointing a gun at him.
Well, he's a wizard.
He has magical wizard powers.
He could disappear at the well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder how close he lives, because he's like bored. I'm going to go over to the hotel and see if I can't get a gun pointed at my face again.
Yeah, he's a multiple time visitor. All right, let's go one more story before we hop into Mikey.
Yeah, then I got to get a beer because I am quite parched.
Would you like to get a beer while I preface things? I could play a stinger or two.
Sure. Give me 1 second. I'll get a beer.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
the heat is coming to Cave Crew Radio. The Endless Summer Beach Party 2022.
Yes, the Endless Summer Beach Party will be here soon, ladies and gentlemen. another month and a half. And we have a great time during the Endless Summer Beach Party. We have all kinds of surprises for you and whatnot. Yada, yada. All right. Our next story kind of debunks a very long, or this is like in the fashion of Leonard Nimoy's, not Unsolved Mysteries, but he used to have that thing he did.
Oh, is it In Search?
In Search of.
Yes,
Yeah.
In Search of. This kind of debunks that. We've all through the years heard stories of Bigfoot and UFOs and of course the Loch Ness Monster. Well, we now have some new information on the Loch Ness Monster.
And this comes from The Sun in the UK. Headline reads, Moby Dick Loch Ness Monster sightings could be whale penises sticking out of the water.
Those are big dicks. Those are Mobies.
Before I even start the story, I do have what the fuck just happened? God damn it. I have to go back. Hold on. Sorry. I lost the story.
Well, you have a question before you start.
Yeah, I do have a question. Can anyone please tell me what a boffin is?
A boffin?
Yes.
That would be a short side we need for that. What is a boffin?
Short side, please tell me what a boffin is. And you want to know why? Boffins are investigating whether large, mysterious sea creatures like Loch Ness are actually whale penises. What the fuck are boffins?
Well, we're going to find out. Just give them there's a short delay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We will find out what a boffin is. Either that or Scotty will Google it.
Experts believe that the long neck or tail of mythical creatures, which often appear in photographs, are actually willies sticking out of the water.
And I'm buying it right now.
Short side, that doesn't help. He says boffin is a person who specializes.
Well, a specialist
in
whales and in mythological creatures.
Is he a specialist in whale penises?
Well, he could be. He's a boffin in something. And I would suggest it is whale penises because he is now saying, look, this is how the whale penises stick out of the water. This is a very blurry picture of kind of anal intellectual.
Wait, hold while I write things down.
Yeah, please do. So anyway, so this boffin is an expert in something, kind of like a Scottish Sherlock Holmes, let's say, and he's analyzing these black and white pictures, and again, I'll bring this full screen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure Big B will give us the details, but this is maybe not a very well endowed boffin on the right that looks like Nessie.
Well, dozens of explanations have been made for the supposed sightings of a sea serpent like the one at Loch Ness in Scotland. A study by a team of researchers published in a paper in the Archives of Natural History claimed the Nessie neck is really just a whale penis.
So this is a scientific historical journal. Scotty's not buying it. Scotty thinks it's it's Puff the Magic Dragon. Scotty thinks Loch Ness is the deepest lake in all the world, even though it's freshwater. Scotty believes that this is where a lizard can hide for hundreds of years without anybody seeing it, other than from 250 feet away. It's like when you're trying to get me to believe in this ghost hunting shit. Like you never get a picture in the daylight. Give me a better picture than this.
And by the way, in this day and age where cameras are everywhere, everybody has a mini computer in their pocket, there is not a good picture of any of this.
Currently, I am believing the boffin. That picture is crystal clear of that whale's penis.
The study speculated that many accounts of large mysterious sea creatures with a serpent-like tail were actually a large baleen whale and its snake-like penis. They added that other accounts could be attributed to the male members of certain whale species, which can be at least 1.8 meters long and are sometimes spotted rising from the water during mating. The theory focused on the famous black and white photograph of Nessie reportedly taken by surgeon Robert Kenneth Wilson in the 1930s, which is in the picture there. The image is then compared with another photo taken of a similarly shaped whale penis rising from the water, the one on the left. The bizarre theory has prompted the fact-checking website Snopes to investigate in a bid to clear things up. Ladies and gentlemen, Snopes is not a real fact-checking website, by the way.
Mm-mm.
It's run by a husband and wife, liberal husband and wife, and I say that because they shape things to suit their ideology.
Right.
So do not use Snopes as a fact-checking site, please.
No.
Snopes stated that the famous photo of Nessie couldn't be a penis, as it was confirmed a hoax in the 1990s. But Snopes added, as in the 2005 report, it's possible that other sea serpent and Nessie sightings throughout history may have been misidentified whale penises. The team at Snopes, the husband and wife, the most famous photo of the Loch Ness Monster, dubbed Surgeon's Photograph, was a hoax that was created with a toy boat and some putty. While the famous picture of the Loch Ness Monster certainly wasn't a case of mistaken whale penis identity, and while whale penis sightings probably can't explain every sea serpent sighting throughout history, it is plausible that some of these sea serpents were attached to the bottom of a whale.
So, short side, it's an age-old rumor. It accounts for a large amount of tourist trade to the locks. They are good with it. So who are we to fuck with it? It's not a dolphin knob.
Who's the guy that directed the Titanic?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
Who was it? The director of Titanic?
Oh, James Cameron.
Why don't they get him to take a camera machine or whatever that submersible was and go find the Loch Ness Monster?
I like how he says it, a camera machine.
You would only find it if it's real.
Right. Yeah, right. Well, and that's the whole thing with Bigfoot as well, right? So in the 70s, the big thing was Bigfoot in the 70s, right? You get this grainy type of picture, like a Polaroid. But again, with modern technology, there are cameras everywhere. Everybody has a mini computer in their pocket. There is not one good picture of any of these things.
Right.
Nope.
And you would think
with me when we had the Bigfoot guy on. Was that?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Of course I was.
Okay,
I was the one asking the fucking questions. That got him all flustered.
Remember the
he ran away because his church group was listening.
Yeah, but remember when they had the they smash rocks together to communicate with each other.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's ridiculous.
I forgot about that. Anyway, sorry. We're digressing a lot into past shows, but we've had a lot of fun over it. Let's get a Loch Ness Monster expert on the show.
Okay, well, I would leave that up to Short Sci. Watch the film Nessie is Elusive. I'm curious to see about that. But I would leave it up to Short Sci. Can you tell us any Nessie expert out there that you know of? Maybe your wife has interviewed on her show that we could get here and discuss Nessie, true or false?
Yeah, we need this because over the years I've interviewed UFO people. I've interviewed, and the only guy that really almost got me believing something was real was the dude I got from the Bermuda Triangle, Bruce something. I still got the book here somewhere.
Who's the guy that we interviewed years ago that was like, I don't know what he was watching. Was he watching for UFOs or something? But you'd call him and like he was like in the bathroom because he didn't answer the phone.
No. That was, we'll have to do that again. I don't have it handy, but we used to call the UFO hotline.
That was it. The UFO hotline. That was it.
And on the UFO hotline on the webpage, it would say, please immediately, if you have a sighting, immediately call us. Well, half the time we'd get an answering machine. I think we talked to him a couple times, but one time he says, I've got to go on another radio show right now. Well, I'm being abducted by fucking aliens.
That's right.
Fucking horse shit.
Oh,
what was the show that we did and I was Farmer Bob?
Well,
and it was a UFO one where we was talking about.
That was that one.
Oh, it was that one.
Yeah, we bring people on like you or a guest. There's been 325 shows. I can't remember all the details. It's all a little foggy now. But yes, that was a good one. And then Dennis Hoff, bless his soul, with Air Force Amy, and we used to have a lot of fun. But anyway, end the story so we can.
That was it. That's the end.
Okay, that's it. So we leave it up to you, ladies and gentlemen. And unless, Scotty's shaking his head and all this bullshit, unless you can give me some fact and some proof and some crystal clear pictures and some movie footage or something from the last 10 to 15 years, that fucking thing's either died a natural death or it's a fucking whale cock. It makes sense. Like, this is the thing about these mysteries and ghosts and shit. Look at that. It's fucking dust on your camera. It's fucking snowing out. That's why you're seeing orbs. Why don't you take a picture in the daylight? Why don't you sit down and have a conversation instead of playing some box with static that go...
I mean, and that's a great question. All these ghost hunter things and this and that. Mm-hmm. Why do they only come out at night in utter silence in abandoned buildings? Why don't they come out next to me on a Tuesday afternoon while I'm working?
Right. And say, hello.
Hi. Can I see what you're doing?
Yeah. I'm here to freak you out. My name's Casper.
Right. It's always in the middle of the night in a dark, abandoned fucking castle somewhere.
With these green lights, right? Like you can't see anything. And then those recorders. Again, another one we had on the show. I don't remember when. I don't remember. And we played these, what do they call them? EVPs?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. He just said, Mary, I love you. No, he didn't.
He did not.
Oh, wow. It's exactly what I heard.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear that? No, I didn't hear anything. What I heard was air movement across the fucking microphone. I didn't hear anything else.
Or we'll get a psychic on the show. I see you have a cat. No, I don't. I hate cats. Well, that's what I mean. I was testing you. Yeah, sure you were fucking bullshit. Anyway, you guys bring me proof. You bring me solid proof on any of this. I'm extremely open-minded. Like the UFOs, you might catch me on. It's a big universe. There can be shit happening out there. I can buy that. But this other bullshit, you're going to catch me on that one. I'm not a fucking bass hungry for a worm on a hook. Oh, Lord. All right. Let's go to Mike Jolitz.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen. Big B needs a break. I think we all do. And now I can't find Mike Jolitz. I know I had it here. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, he was gone last week. So we had Scotty do a little Easter thing for us. But Mike is back this week. So let's go to Mike Jolitz. Reads the news.
Don't touch that dial. Cave Crew Radio will be right back.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. Hello, DK. Hello, Sir Big B. And hello, Scotty and Chair. How the hell are you guys? I'm doing pretty good. But now, guys, it is time for the news. Comedy great Gilbert Gottfried died last week. He was 67. Elon Musk changed his mind and didn't take the board position with Twitter. Can't wait to see how this turns out. It looks like he might be buying all of Twitter. Cool. Bring Trump back then. They're going to make yet another Fast and Furious movie. I'm just going to say, not interested at all. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck got engaged again. Now we get to use the term Benifer again. Yay! Shanghai went into full lockdown due to COVID, or somebody farted or something. Not sure which, but download numbers for the show were through the roof. That was good. Future bartender currently in kindergarten brought Jose Cuervo mini margaritas for snack time and shared with some friends. I can't wait to hear what they did for 420. Taco Bell's bringing back Mexican pizza to their menu next month. I've never had it. Is it good? M&M's is leaving the sponsorship game in NASCAR. Kurt Busch has to find him a new sponsor for his Toyota. There's a rumor Mike's Music Madhouse is in talks with Kurt to sponsor the 18 Toyota. Keep an ear out for that. The White House brought back its Easter egg hunt for the first time since the pandemic hit. Joe Biden found a dollar bill in an egg and then filled his pants in excitement. And finally, in the news, the Phoenix Suns star player Devin Booker,
he got an owie.
He's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to say the Suns are done.
Done. Goodbye.
I feel kind of bad for him, but not entirely. Alrighty, guys. Well, that does it for this. Mike reads the news. Choose Chow on a feeder saying if you guys want to get me on the Twitter, you know what to do. You want to email me, do the thing. And if you want to call and leave a voicemail, well, you can do that too. Alrighty, guys. Later. Bye-bye. Have a great show, everybody. Later. Bye-bye.
Mike reads the news. Oh, how we missed it.
That's great. Can I just say one thing? When he was talking about the Easter egg hunt with the White House and Biden, I don't know if you saw the news, but the Easter Bunny stopped Biden from answering questions.
Nice.
This is how bad and how awful this administration is. The Easter Bunny jumped in as senile Biden was about to babble on about something, stopped him, and showed him go that way, and he shuffled along.
A Secret Service bunny.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. It was a Secret Service Easter Bunny that stopped him from taking questions.
Great. Listen,
nice.
Before we get to the rest of the news in just a second here, I do have...
We have to interrupt this broadcast for an important announcement.
We do have an important announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Just those of you who follow us and like to listen to us, next week, as I was discussing on the pre-show, I will be in Toronto on Friday, so I won't be available to do the show. So we've decided to do a super Sunday show, Sunday, May 1st, to kick off May. So join us then. You won't miss a week, just a couple days delayed. And that's all I had. Sunday, May 1st, Cave Crew Radio returns live.
Nice.
So join us then. And if Scotty's not working, he will join us.
I will be there.
Maybe we'll call the get-go.
No, don't call the Well, call get-go because I'm not there anymore.
Oh, okay.
But you've left. You are no longer employed there.
I haven't been employed there for 4 years now.
Oh, I thought that was the place you worked every week.
No, Speedway.
What is
Mike
it?
Jolitz says we are going to have a super Mike Reads the News segment.
Oh, I can't wait. I love.
Ooh, cool.
Super segment is awesome. Where are you now?
Speedway.
Oh, Speedway. Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. Oh.
Yep.
Much bigger.
Oh, and if Mike wants a recommendation, the Mexican pizza is awesome.
Right. Do they supply napkins?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Well,
and a fork if you ask for it.
Well, it depends on if the driver brings it to him. If not, Scotty's going to be very upset
Right.
and leave a bad fucking comment
on what did you call it? Yelp.
Yelp.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This
Or
keeps
DoorDash.
here. Short size gonna love this one. This is something that's happening in the UK. Protect your wife. Hide her.
This coming from the Mirror. Headline reads: serial sperm donor will soon have 55 children after traveling on a donation tour.
Donation tour.
A serial sperm donor who will soon have 55 children after traveling on a donation tour. Kyle Gordy has already made 6 donations to women in the UK and Europe, and more kids are expected. The 30-year-old from Los Angeles, California, is father to 46 children and currently has 9 more on the way, with at least 3 of his future donation kids located in the UK. A couple from Cambridge have told how they are grateful for Kyle's donation he made while on his first sperm donation tour last year, as they are now 27 weeks pregnant.
A sperm donation tour.
Kyle said, "This is my second sperm donation tour to the UK and Europe. I've traveled from London all the way up to Edinburgh to donate. I'm now in Berlin waiting for a couple to get over COVID so I can donate my sperm to them." This leads me to ask a question.
Me as well.
You go first.
Why can't you just put it in the freezer?
That was my question. So I'm now in Berlin waiting for a couple to get over COVID so I can donate my sperm to them. In general, when you donate sperm, it goes into some freezer for future use. If you are waiting for a couple to get over COVID, are you physically engaging with them? This brings up, and it never says it in here, but this brings up that question. Are you going to the house and having actual sexual relations with the woman and impregnating her?
So you're accusing this sperm donor of touring the world. He is a serial sperm donor, and he is having intercourse with the females.
Well, I think we all had the exact same question when I read that line. Why don't you just do the act and put it on ice so they can, have it artificially inseminated at a time of their choosing? But he is waiting for them to get over COVID so he can donate. I'm taking from that he's donating in a very physical way.
Gotcha. The menage a trois sperm donor.
I don't even think it's a menage a trois. No. I think the guy is just sitting there like a fucking cuckold while watching his wife get plowed by this serial sperm donor.
Like a cuckold. I do have a question, though, because as this led to the famous question that I always get asked. You seem to be an expert on sperm donation. I need to ask, have you ever sperm donated?
I have not.
Okay.
Aside, I have fathered 2 children with my wife, but I have not donated outside of my immediate family.
Okay, because you seem to know a lot about sperm donation. This is why I'm asking.
Well, keep in mind, the tournament that we are currently embroiled in is because I know a little bit about a lot of things.
Right. Okay. I just had to ask that question. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I think the problem with this story is you can only father 10 babies. That's kind of the law.
But where is that the law? You can only father 10 babies where? Like in China, I know they had a law where you can only have 1 kid because they want population control.
Right.
Where is the law that you can only father 10? Is that only in London? Is that only in the UK? Because he's all over Europe.
Like when you think of how fertile our milk is, as a sperm donor, they could fertilize 100 women. and you wouldn't even know about it.
Right. And he's also a U.S. citizen. So I don't know. I'm not sure how much the laws apply to him because he's from Los Angeles.
But I think we're all in agreement with this, that this serial sperm donor is banging the women.
I firmly think that he is engaging in the physical act.
Does this guy have like a website where you like book a visit while he's on tour? Like, why couldn't you? You know what? Now you're even making this more validated, because why couldn't I, if I was in England, just say, I want what's his name's sperm? Could you send me a vial? Why does he have to go on tour?
I couldn't tell you. All I know is what you were just saying. You alluded to later on in the story. They do say that I guess there's some sort of site where he has been reviewed. It's the Yelp of fucking sperm donation.
Yelp of donor babies.
The Yelp of sperm donation. That he gets reviewed, and apparently he has good reviews.
It's almost
what's his name?
Yearly Gerber baby.
His name is Kyle Gordy, Gordy.
Kyle Gordy. Okay, this is a fascinating one tonight. This is kind of like our deep dive.
Where is it? I was in the UK and Europe back in August 2021 as well, where I also went to Denmark and Sweden to donate. I'm really enjoying my time here, but it's much harder to find healthy and organic foods, which I rely on to keep my sperm healthy. I hope to come back and visit Ireland and Wales. I'm also looking to go to Australia and New Zealand soon. Engaged UK couple Catherine and Alice, obviously lesbians, are currently expecting a child carried by Catherine, thanks to Kyle's donation back in August 2021. The women say they are grateful for his help in making their dreams of completing their family come true. Alice said, "We decided to have a baby to complete our family, as I have a 3-year-old son, and we wanted another, and for Catherine to carry, so we both had that experience. We were drawn to Kyle's profile after a friend told us about him, and we saw posts of his positive pregnancies and beautiful donor children. The fact he has a history of successful pregnancies was very comforting to us." Where is his profile?
Yeah, we need.
I found some stuff on him.
All right, so
there we go.
You're gonna have to post that in the Cave Crew group, and we can always follow up on that. So make sure that's posted in the Cave Crew Radio Facebook group, ladies and gentlemen. That's where everything is brought to light. So is this guy the last fertile man on earth? Like, I thought there was like millions of sperm donors out there.
Well, he's the only one going on tour, apparently. We've got to know Kyle quite a bit before we decided. First thing we asked for was an STD result, a recent STD result, which he did not hesitate to provide.
So which means he's fucking them. He's not just shooting it.
Exactly.
Okay.
We love that his entire family were well educated. According to Kyle, his family consists mainly of lawyers, engineers, scientists, and programmers. Again, according to Kyle, I could say my family is comprised entirely of NASA rocket scientists.
Yeah, and royalty.
True.
Yeah.
We also like that he was open to contact with the child after birth. We want our child to have the option of being able to know their biological father. Can you imagine Father's Day?
Oh, my God. Short Side has a good point. I guess there's no turkey basters involved in this.
I guess not. Well,
no, I just posted on Facebook.
This kind of clears things up.
Anyone to go to Facebook, Scotty, until after the show.
This kind of clears things up just a little bit. Catherine added that they preferred to use Kyle's donation over a sperm bank due to the freshness of the specimen and more personable nature of the agreement.
Right. It's always better while he's fresh.
Oh, my God.
He's having sex with them.
It's
said,
always better when the sperm donor is licking your neck and gives you a cream pie.
She said fresh sperm is more effective at achieving pregnancy than frozen sperm. We got pregnant the first cycle with Kyle and only had one donation. So he only had sex with the lesbian once.
Yeah. That must have been tough for her. But he looks gay too.
No, he doesn't look gay. He looks happy. You know why? Because he's going around fucking everybody.
Yeah. He's like
and he doesn't have to have the responsibility of being the father, financial or otherwise.
Right. He just gives the fresh juice. It's like the milkman.
He gives the fresh juice. Please, somebody write that down because I don't want
to. Go ahead, Scotty. You write that down on a napkin or something. Here, I'll write it down. Scotty doesn't even have a fucking pen. Are we done with this?
It goes on, but yeah, we can be done with it.
He gives the fresh juice. All right, I got it. Okay. Because we're running out of time here, folks. We got 2 more. So keeping up with donors, let's go to this one.
This coming from the Lad Bible. Headline reads, Man suffers freak injury while masturbating and has to be hospitalized. A 20-year-old man was left in intensive care after a freak accident happened while he was masturbating. The Swiss patient, who remains unnamed, presumably out of embarrassment, suffered a rare lung injury, usually caused by rigorous exercise or violent coughing.
Or loud moaning.
He was hospitalized for 3 days and spent a night in ICU as the air had escaped from his lung and became lodged in his rib cage.
Oh, so he's got a hole in his lung.
I guess. The patient took himself to A&E after experiencing breathlessness and chest pain while he was performing the act in his bed.
Why would he take himself to a television network?
I asked myself the same thing. I have no idea what A&E stands for in this context.
All right.
Short sigh. This coming from the Lad Bible. It is in the UK. Please tell me what A&E stands for.
Yeah.
When he arrived at the hospital, it was clear he had really done a number on himself. His face was swollen and crunching noises were coming from his neck down to his arms. Short Size says stroke and choke.
I got it.
Certainly a very good contender for show name, Stroke and Choke.
He also says that it's A&E, makes sense. Accident and emergency.
Aha. Okay. See, here it's called Arts and Entertainment, the A&E network.
I think the same as you.
When he arrived at the hospital, it was clear he really done a number on himself. His face was swollen and crunching noises were coming from his neck down to his arms. I said that. The doctors diagnosed him with spontaneous I have no idea how to pronounce this.
Of course not. It's from a medical dictionary.
Holy Christ. It's like 87 letters long. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Ultimately, it's SPM, which is leakage of air from the lungs to the ribs.
So when he shot his load, it didn't come that way. He shot air on his lungs.
He shot his load in his chest, apparently.
He had a major climax.
The chest is the first to be caused by This case, is the first to be caused by masturbation. However, it has been noted that before during sex, that makes the lad feel even better. In his case, trapped air had spread around his body and even made its way up to his skull. In more extreme cases, the trapped air can cause a collapsed lung. He was treated at Cantonal Hospital in Winterthur, with doctors calling his case unusual. When he turned up at the hospital, he told medics he had experienced a sharp chest pain while masturbating.
Beautiful. Beautiful story. There you go. All right, we got one left, ladies and gentlemen. Then you know what time it is. It's going to be time to name the show. And I guess this one is going to be.
It's time for Big B's Big Bang Story of the Week.
Well, isn't that thing lovely?
This comes from the Toronto Sun.
Thank God that thing is not making babies.
Oh, wow. The headline reads, Scottish transgender killer now self-identifying as a baby. A Scottish transgender killer is now demanding to be treated like a baby, but because she self-identifies as an infant.
And it's a she, you're saying. It's not an it or a that.
Yeah, well, according to this, it's a she.
So wait a minute. So as a man, he was first allowed to identify as a woman, and now as a woman, he's like fucking Mork from Mork. He's going backwards.
She can identify as a baby.
Okay.
Sophie Eastwood is caged for life for the jailhouse slaying of her cellmate in 2004. She used shoelaces to strangle the unfortunate Khan. Now, according to the UK Sun, Eastwood is demanding that staff at Polmont Jail treat her like an infant. The paper reports that she has demanded that her meals are blended into mush, and she wants to wear diapers.
Oh.
As for the guards, she wants them to hold her hand when she leaves her cell. But don't laugh. Apparently, her demands are being taken seriously.
Of course they are. It's the cancel culture.
They'll be taken seriously by the uber woke prison personnel. And she now sucks on a soother much of the time.
Just don't give her a shoelace.
Originally, the 36-year-old was caged for dangerous driving. Murder followed when she killed her cellmate, Paul Algie, at a juvenile offender facility just 1 month before she was to be released.
So she was a he then.
This was a juvenile facility. I originally thought that, but this was a juvenile facility, so I'm not sure if they separate male and female in juvenile facilities. Although Paul Algie was 22 at the juvenile facility. That's a bit old to be at a juvenile detention center.
Was that an overcrowding at Scotland Yard?
I guess. A Glasgow judge sentenced Eastwood to life in prison with the order she must serve at least 15 years. She has now been jailed for 17 years. Eastwood is a complex and intelligent. Eastwood is a complex person and intelligent, but she's pretty demanding on the resources of the prison and enjoys being the center of attention.
Yeah, fake.
I've said this over and over again. These idiots that identify as whatever dumb shit they want to identify is all attention seeking.
I hear you.
That's all it is. I want attention. Look at me. I'm going to identify as Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm going to say that thing's nose, Eastwood or whatever you call it, could be the Loch Ness Monster.
It could. Is that a whale penis on her face?
It really looks like it.
It's difficult to know if she really does feel a natural inclination to be treated like a baby, or if it's just some kind of attention seeking. Like I said, modern prisons are very tuned into human rights and the legal implications they throw up, so it's being given proper consideration. But the prison source said there are no guidelines for cons identifying as babies. Eastwood has been in a women's prison since 2018.
There you go. So the man is even in a woman's prison. Well, folks, I think we've given you a lot to think about tonight. Hopefully we have. Because we're not back next Friday. We're not here till Sunday. So you can contemplate it. You can talk about it on the Facebook Cave Crew Radio page on Facebook. You can talk amongst yourselves over Sunday dinner. But now is the most important part of the show. This is when we name the show. I think I got I don't have many show names. Maybe 3 I wrote down. I did enjoy some show notes. A metaphor for rebellion against tyranny really caught my eye. Short Size said his head looks like an egg. Mike Jolitz said he filled his pants with excitement. I also got down a bowl full of room keys. But I guess the 3 that might be show names is number 1, Short Sigh again, I believe. It's not a dolphin knob. Big B had me write this down. He gives the fresh juice. And then I also had, I believe it was Short Sigh again, stroke and choke.
Nice.
Scotty, do you have any to add tonight?
The stroke and choke. Short Side for the story about the guy with the wand was breakfast for bullets.
Breakfast for bullets, okay.
And I think that's about it.
Short Size says the Loch Ness Monster is not a whale cock. We invite you to send us your expert, and we would very much like to spend a show talking about Loch Ness. Big B, I believe you have, you were busy. I'm going to say you have 4.
Scotty?
4.
I have 6.
Ooh, 6.
Wow.
I am ready when you are.
So the first 2 are obviously going to be show notes. The first one is very long, but I did like it. It does have a nice ring to it. I want to eat something before I eat the yard.
Eat something before I eat the yard. Okay.
That was Scotty talking about the dogs.
Oh, right.
The dog staring at him saying, I want to eat something before I eat the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
Next one. I do like this one, although it is too long for a show name. I didn't accuse you of being a Quaker.
That could be a show note.
Next up, whale penis sightings.
Whale penis sightings, okay.
After that, I have anal intellectual.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that one.
After that, I had, much like you, but I had it higher up on my list. It's not a dolphin knob.
Yeah, I you know what? So what do we think, guys?
So I have one more.
Oh, I thought you had 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep. So this one, and I do like it's not a dolphin knob. This one I may like just a slight bit better. The Yelp of sperm donation.
That's a long one, though. I'm going to defer just because it's shorter, and it also 2 of us said it is. It's not a dolphin knob.
And I'm perfectly fine with that.
Scotty?
I'll work. I can. Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay. A dolphin knob. It's not. Sorry. It's not a dolphin knob. Is the name of the show. All these are the Yelp of sperm. They'll all be in show notes. We'll figure it out. Short Side will go to Scotland and investigate.
Nice.
He is convinced that the Loch Ness is real. Maybe we'll find someone in our hunting that we can find a Loch Ness expert to come on the show. Although I haven't heard of Loch Ness since I've read this story. It's been years.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, boys and girls, I do have to use the washroom. For those of you that follow the show, I am a serial peer. But great having everybody. I'll see you next Sunday. I think I already got, like, people were posting stories already, so we might have our stories pretty quickly for next week. Super Sunday, Mike Jolitz. Join us there, guys. And we'll see you soon. And thank you for the compliments, Short Eye. You always make us blush. And we miss you when you're not here, because you are, like a Super Sunday, a super fan.
Yep.
All right, boys. Say goodnight.
Later.
Later.
More laughs. More hot topics. More weird news.
Check it out.
More surprises than ever. It's Cave Crew Double 2. Only on CaveCrewRadio.com.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here!
Go! Just go! Get out! Get the hell out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
We are going to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C.